This morning we're going to begin with education, and in particular the adjustments that are being made as a result of the general election date being Wednesday, the 3rd of September. Well, we heard from the Ministry of Education overnight that the school year is set to begin on Monday, September 1, as scheduled, despite the elections on Wednesday, September 3. And of course, we have a long tradition here in Jamaica that school plans are largely used for polling stations, for general and local government elections. We have hundreds of schools in virtually every part of Jamaica. So they form part of the infrastructure that is needed to successfully hold elections in Jamaica. So we're learning from the Education Ministry that, as planned, the school year is set to begin on Monday, September 1. However, the Education Minister, Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, says school administrators will have the flexibility, with their management of the first week of school.
In light of the announcement of the general election, we've made some adjustments to the start of the school year. On September 1, schools are authorized to open for administrative exercises and also for orientation. Schools will be closed on September 2 and 3 to facilitate the Electoral Office of Jamaica preparing the schools and using them as polling sites. For the remainder of the week, schools have flexibility to determine how they will continue their orientation exercises and other administrative activities as needed.
That's the Education Minister, Dr. Dana Morris Dixon. Yes, she says the ministry will have their administrators have face-to-face classes beginning on the 8th of September. And the Christmas break will be from Thursday, December 18 to Sunday, January 4, 2026. So if you are a parent, I'm going to play back that clip for you from the Education Minister so you are clear. Schools are set to open Monday, September 1. Many schools will begin with administrative issues. There'll be no school on the 3rd. That's election day, the 2nd and the 3rd. Let's listen again to what the Education Minister said so that people are aware.
In light of the announcement of the general election, we've made some adjustments to the start of the school year. On September 1, schools are authorized to open for administrative exercises and also for orientation. Schools will be closed on September 2 and 3 to facilitate the Electoral Office of Jamaica preparing the schools and using them as polling sites. For the remainder of the week, schools have flexibility to determine how they will continue their orientation exercises and other administrative activities as needed.
Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, the Education Minister. Well, stakeholder groups in education have welcomed the decision. The Jamaica Independent Schools Association calls the changes sensible and balanced. Their president is Tamar Mackenzie.
Independent schools are fully aligned with the ministry's decision to keep the start of the academic year on schedule. Our priority is to ensure continuity in teaching and learning, and this arrangement allows us to do so without having to adjust the end-of-year timelines. We do believe that this is a sensible, well-balanced approach that minimizes disruption for all stakeholders, our students, teachers, and parents, while allowing schools to fulfill their civic role in the general election.
That's Tamar Mackenzie, the president of the Jamaica Independent Schools Association. And the National Parent Teachers Association of Jamaica says it appreciates the ministry's effort to keep the calendar largely unchanged. Its president, Stuart Jacobs, is urging parents to keep in touch with their schools for specific updates.
Parents across Jamaica welcome this decision. We understand the importance of our children returning to school on time, and we appreciate the ministry's effort to safeguard the academic calendar. This approach strikes the right balance between supporting our country's democratic process and prioritizing our children's education. I encourage parents to closely follow their school during the election week to ensure a smooth transition and to make the most of every opportunity.
Stuart Jacobs, president of the National Parent Teachers Association of Jamaica. So that's the plan for the reopening of school and the general election set for Wednesday, September 3. To the political scene now, and the first contention since the official start of the campaign occurred yesterday when the PNP elder, stalwart KD Knight, reacted to the governing Jamaica Labour Party's campaign chairman, Dr. Christopher Tufton, using at the JLP mass rally in Halfway Tree on Sunday evening an audio recording which, according to Dr. Tufton, is the voice of KD Knight chastising the PNP President Mark Golding, saying he should never be made a Prime Minister of Jamaica, that he is unfit to be Prime Minister of Jamaica, which was quite devastating, yes? But in a statement on Monday, that's last evening, KD Knight denounced the recording, saying it's a fabrication and was manipulated.
I want to make it abundantly clear that it is a manipulated recording, that it is a lie, and that I have never, ever, neither publicly nor privately, ever made any comment that Mark Golding is unsuitable to be the Prime Minister of Jamaica. I have never said that.
That's KD Knight in a recording circulated to media houses last evening. According to Mr. Knight, he is actively working to ensure Golding and the PNP are elected to government. He says he believes Golding is well suited for the job. He also believes he has been defamed by the recording played by the JLP at their mass meeting on Sunday.
Dr. Tufton, you will hear from my lawyers because you have defamed me. And it is not that you have done anything that is not expected. Because when you and your party have reached this desperate position where you now are, the desperation that sets in will cause you to do as you did, resort to lies.
KD Knight hitting back. Well, Dr. Tufton, within the hour last evening, hit back as well. Yes, at KD Knight, saying the recording played at the mass meeting where the former cabinet minister was heard criticizing Mark Golding is authentic. So Christopher Tufton is saying, bring it on, KD. The recording of you is authentic, genuine. He says the recording is as real as it gets.
I have taken note of KD Knight's comments and threats of legal action. I'm not intimidated by those positions. I've made a comment based on the evidence that is available in the public domain. The facts are that KD Knight has attempted to discredit, based on his conviction, and how it was expressed. The leader of the PNP, Mark Golding, he did so in a particular context. Yes, I agree, but the facts remain. He can now not try to disassociate himself from those comments that he have made, including comments about fundraising and the unethical approach to fundraising by the Golding team when they were involved in a campaign. So I stand by that position.
Dr. Tufton went on to say that KD Knight's comments cast doubt about Golding's suitability for the role of Prime Minister.
I am disappointed that on this occasion he's attempting to change what he has said on record, and it leads me to believe that he's not at this point operating as a man with a conviction or with principle. That is quite unfortunate, and I will stand by my position, hold my position, because it is a matter of fact, and it does lead to questions about Mark Golding's integrity, about his judgment, and about his capacity to provide leadership, not just for his party, as KD Knight was referring, but also, frankly speaking, for the country.
Dr. Christopher Tufton, the campaign chairman of the Jamaica Labour Party. So, is it bogus, the recording? Is it fake? Is it AI? People have been questioning. Yeah. The JLP and Tufton are saying it is genuine. Yeah. KD is saying that it is manipulated. Yes. Meaning that somehow it was doctored to have him give the impression that he was castigating Golding. Yeah. Saying that he should not be Prime Minister. We're going to play that clip for you. Find that clip for me. So if you missed it, you'll hear what it says. All right? That's after the break. KD Knight says it's a fabrication. Tufton says it's genuine. What it is, we don't know. But this is what the JLP played in Halfway Tree on Sunday night, if you missed it.
We cannot trust them or their leader and that party to take this country forward. We are at a delicate stage. And guess what? I know me say you can't trust them to run Jamaica. And them say so.
Idiot. You have to face reality.
Listen.
You have to face reality. That Mark Golding must never become Prime Minister of Jamaica. These realities must be faced. These are realities. These are realities. Mark Golding must never become Prime Minister of Jamaica.
I want you to take a guess as to who says so. I know me says so. KD Knight says so. Them say if Frisch go river bottom and tell you say no go down there, don't go down the labor rights.
Was what was said, and it is now a flashpoint on the campaign trail, because KD Knight is saying no, it's a lie, it's defamatory. The Labour Party is saying it's you, KD. You said every word there. Well, today, Tuesday, the PNP is set to unveil its manifesto at the Pegasus this evening. And it's a little early, but given the fact that the PNP has been accused that it has not put forward a coherent, viable, credible alternative message, they cannot be accused here now of being too early. Yeah? Manifestos usually come after nomination day. But I think this one is overdue. Yes? From the opposition. So this evening at 7 o'clock, they'll be unveiling their manifesto, their policy alternative. At the same time, Dr. Tufton told us yesterday in that interview that the JLP's manifesto is ready, and the parties are waiting the appropriate time to unveil it.
It is in a position where we can, if we need to, discuss or launch, but there's a timing that we think is appropriate. Policy is evolve, and therefore there's always considerations around additional programs that we may want to add or review. And that's the nature of how this thing works. So the long short of it is that a lot of work has gone in our manifesto, and at the appropriate time it will be tabled and discussed.
Dr. Christopher Tufton, the campaign chair for the Jamaica Labour Party.